Well, hi everyone, good morning. We're gonna give it like another minute or so for us to all get situated, and then we'll get started here shortly, all right? If you have, I'm pretty sure everyone has a yoga block and a yoga strap. And if you don't have these things, that's okay. You can completely practice without any props at all today and every time we meet. These are just kind of nice to integrate into your practice. And what I want to do with, and just kind of show you today, with and without your yoga props, what you can do when, let's say, you're practicing at home and you might not have a yoga block, or other things you can do at home, like using pillows or blankets instead. So I'm going to give you lots of ideas today so that no matter where you are, whether you're practicing with me online here in FireFlex, or if you're just at home doing your own session for yourself, there's things you can do with and without those props, okay? So today's practice is going to be a really nice, stretchy, feel-good morning flow. And there's going to be times where we're going to come into certain poses that might feel even passive, where we just can allow ourselves to let go even further and focus on really deeply releasing within the muscles. Okay? Sound good? So for those of you who have not met yet, my name is Devann. I'm a FireFlex teacher, and I'm super excited that we can start the day off together. So let's go ahead and we are just going to get started. It's 9 o'clock. All right, you guys. So I want you to start off today on your backs, because let's be honest, this is the best way to start. Come all the way down. Let's keep the knees bent though, and take the feet down to the mat. Feet are going to be about hip distance here. Take the palms to either side of the belly. Close the eyes right away. Just soften your expression. And then as you press into the feet, I want you to see if you can lengthen from your tailbone all the way to the crown of your head. Inch the elbows out to the sides and see if you can just kind of wiggle the shoulder blades out from underneath so that you feel that the back of your heart can really ground you down here. With the eyes just closed, with that soft expression, belly or the palms to the belly, I want you to start to take a few deep breaths right here. Inhaling through the nose. Exhaling out of the mouth. You're just going to keep that going. Inhale through the nose. Let this breath be noisy. Exhaling out of the mouth. Then just one more time. Inhale deeply through the nose. Let it go out of the mouth. Exhaling through the nostrils and just feeling that with every single inhale that you're taking, the belly is going to rise up into your palms. And then with every exhale, feel the belly start to melt down towards your spine, towards the mat. And just simply witness that with every inhale, belly's rising. With every exhale, belly's melting down. Taking that one step further, we're going to start to move our way into a 3-part breath. So on your next inhale, you're going to feel the belly rise, but start to notice that the breath is going to move up in the body a bit towards the rib cage, and you want to feel the rib cage expand. And then feel the breath all the way up into the chest, into the sternum, feeling the chest lift. As you exhale, feel the chest melt back down, the rib cage coming to close, and the belly melting to the spine. So this is your 3-part breath. Inhale, feel the belly rise, feel the rib cage expand, feel the chest lift as you're breathing all the way up into the heart. And then exhale, letting it go, feel the heart melt, the rib cage come back to close, and the belly melting to the spine. Keep that 3-part breath going. Inhaling, exhaling through the nose. And as you're here, I want you to notice as you're inhaling, you're starting to fill up the body with that air. Imagine that you're breathing in brand new air, brand new energy for the day. And as you exhale, let go of all of that old stagnant air, let go of any wandering thoughts, and let go of tension in the body. So it's this major release of tension, of busyness in the mind, of old air on your exhale. So just take a few more rounds, inhaling brand new air energy, and then exhaling anything you no longer need. There's this quote that I love that says, "The real gift of gratitude is that the more grateful you are, the more present you become." So the real gift of gratitude is that the more grateful you are, the more present you become. I love this because this is going to be a meditation technique of sorts today in our practice. So we're going to start right here on our backs, palms to belly. And I want you to, in this moment, set an intention to dedicate your practice to someone or something that you are completely grateful for. This can be anything. This could be something big or small. This could be a loved one. This could be simply having the time to practice today. But I want you to dedicate your practice to something that you're grateful for today. And then I want your mind to really rest on this person or this thing that you've chosen throughout your entire practice, but especially here at the beginning. Okay? And can you let this feeling of gratitude really sink in here? So we're not just thinking gratitude, we're actually allowing that feeling of gratitude to sink in. We're going to take this feeling with us, even in those moments where it might feel a little challenging, even in those moments where our minds get distracted, we're going to remind ourselves to come back to this intention, this dedication of gratitude. Now, on your next inhale, we're going to open up the arms to the sides, making a T shape, okay? And then heel toe your pinky toes to the edges of your mat so your feet are a little bit wider than the hips. Press into the feet to lengthen through the spine. And then as you exhale, gently tip the knees to the right, turn the gaze to the left, and we're just going to start to windshield wiper those knees. So inhale, bring the head, bring the knees back through center, and then exhale, knees to the left, gaze to the right. We're just going to keep that going, nice and easy. Inhale through center, exhale, switch. Inhale through center, and exhale, switch. Keep that going. This is a great way just to gently loosen up the back, loosen up the edges of the hips first thing in the morning. Just kind of tune in and notice how the body's feeling. Maybe just one or two more. Go ahead and balance out the sides. And after you tip the knees to the left, inhale, bring the knees back through center. I want you to heel toe your feet back together and then slide one foot out, followed by the other. So both legs are going to become straight. Keep the arms out to the sides for now. Okay, so a couple deep breaths here. Go ahead and allow the toes to fall open to the sides. Now take the arms, and if the shoulders feel good, we're going to reach the arms up and overhead. Okay, so it's like you're taking a nice big wake-up stretch. Clasp your hands. If it doesn't feel good, you can keep the arms to the sides, okay? But otherwise, clasp your hands, take an inhale, and as you exhale, we're going to take a little side bend to the right. So notice I'm just going to pick up my heart. I'm going to move my torso over to the right, and I might even kind of wiggle a little bit more to the right here as I lay down. But then I'm going to turn my gaze to the right and rest my cheek and my temple onto the shoulder or onto the arm. Okay, so it's like a standing side bend, but you're on your rock. All right, now I want you to take your left foot, reach the left foot up, cross it over your right ankle. So you're crossing ankles. You're going to stay right there. You're getting this little side bend, but it's a very loungy, passive pose. So I want you to think about each exhale, softening any part of the body that feels like you're tensing up, anything that feels tight or sore. Each exhale, you're softening there. You're letting go. You just want to feel yourself surrendering into this shape that your body is in. So think passive here, okay? We're not forcing ourselves into this deep side bend. We're just kind of allowing the body to rest and to let go deeply within those muscles. And if the mind gets distracted at all, just come back to that intention. Come back to your dedication. And then just really hear that your breath is flowing naturally. We're not holding on to it at all. One more round of breath. On your next inhale, we're going to make our way back through center. So wiggle the torso back through center. Untangle the legs. Point through the toes here. Reach through those arms. Take an inhale. Lengthening through both sides of the body. And then as you exhale, now tip the torso over to your left. turn the gaze to the left. You're going to rest the left cheek and temple down onto the arm. And then I want you to pick your right foot up and cross it over your left ankle. So right foot over left ankle, just like you're crossing the legs, crossing the ankles rather. You're just going to breathe right here into that right side of the body, breathing in some energy, creating some space. But with each exhale, we're still thinking about softening into the mat, allowing this to be a passive pose. We're just going to be here for a few more rounds of breath. One more inhale. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, move back through center, untangle those legs, point through the toes, reach through the arms, and then on your exhale, one knee in at a time. Let's hug the knees into the chest, take those clasped hands and wrap them around the legs. Now begin to just gently rock yourself side to side as you hug the knees into the chest. Just kind of massaging out the back, but especially the mid-back. It's going to target that area. Okay, keep the head swaying. So noticing how the back is feeling today. Giving it a little massage. And then inhale. Let's take the knees back through center. We need to place the palms upon the knees. Keep the knees together here. And then as you exhale, start to make some circles over to the right. So I'm going to circle my knees as one. And as I'm doing this, I'm thinking about getting more into the edges of my back, getting more into the upper and lower back as well. So as you really focus on starting to get into the edges here in the upper and lower back, maybe think about making those circles a little bit wider if it feels good. If not, you can keep these circles really small. Okay, really great way to awaken the spine, the body, and then go ahead and reverse that circle opposite direction. Make sure your breath is still flowing. You're not holding on to it at all. Maybe one or two more rounds, and then draw the knees back in. Okay, so we're going to stay right here for a moment. We're going to keep the right knee in. I want you to extend the left leg out and take the heel all the way down to the mat. Now, if this already is just too much for your hips and back, bend the left knee, okay? Otherwise, stay there. Keep hugging that right knee up towards the heart. With every inhale, I want you to think about lengthening through the backside of your body. So you're creating space in the spine and that leg. And then as you exhale, feel the entire backside of your body softening into the mat. It's that feeling of finding space on your inhale and then letting go as you exhale. Now let's take our hands. We're going to clasp them under the right thigh. If you have your strap, though, you can actually take the strap the long way. So don't worry about the loop in the strap. Just take the strap the long way. Place it over your right ball of the foot. And then as you inhale, we're just going to stretch the foot up. So you're either going to use a strap or your hands are going to be clasped under your thighs, okay? Now your exhale, hug the knee right back in, and then inhale, straighten the leg. You're just going to keep that going at the pace of your own breath. Okay, just noticing how this hamstring is feeling, working on the flexibility in the hamstring. And if you need to, again, you can always bend the bottom knee, okay? For more support, bend that bottom knee. Just a couple more here. Just kind of want to loosen up that hamstring, get a little flow going. Then after that last one, bend the knee, remove the strap to the side for now. And I want you to take the left hand to that right knee, open up your right arm to the side, and let this arm become heavy like your anchor. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Again, exhale, take a twist, taking that knee across the body to the left. And then either keeping your gaze directly up or turning your gaze out to your right palm, just so it feels good on the neck. Close the eyes here. And on your next exhale, see if you can soften your upper back down. See if you can get that right shoulder blade to maybe touch the mat. Still allow the breath to flow, which is going to help you get the benefits of this pose as well. It's great for detoxing the body. It's a great way to keep the spine healthy. Twists are so good for the spine. And then on your next inhale, I want you to take the knee back through center. And then exhale, Switch legs. So left knee in, right heel out, or bend that bottom knee if you need to. Okay, stay here. Every inhale lengthening, every exhale softening the body down. Half wind releasing pose. Take it nice and easy. And when you're ready, either take those hands again, clasp under the left thigh, or grab your strap the long way. And we're going to take this over the ball of the left foot. Inhale, stretch the heel up. Okay, nice and gently. And if that knee needs to be bent, that's okay. On your next exhale, we're going to find that nice little flow. Bend the knee, drop the heel in, and then inhale, straighten the leg again. You're just going to keep that going. Exhale, bend the knee. Inhale, reach the heel up. A couple more times. Nice and easy, not forceful at all. Just stretchy. After that last one, inhale, reach the heel up for just a second. Hold it there. Breathe into the back of the leg. And then exhale, bend the knee. Remove your strap again. This time we're going to take the right hand to the left knee. Take the right arm out to the side. Let it become heavy. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Nice and gently. So move your way slowly into that twist. Again, your head is either going to face up or you're going to take the head over to the left and just gaze at the left palm. From there, close the eyes. With each exhale, feel the body softening, especially the upper back, down into the mat. Feel your body softening into the shape that your body is in right now. Make sure that breath is flowing. On your next inhale, knee comes back through center. All right, and then exhale, hug both knees in. Start to rock the knees again side to side a few times. So after those twists, we're just going to realign the spine here. Massage out that back one more time. And then on your next exhale, we're going to rock ourselves all the way over to the right. Press your palms into the mat and find your way up to a comfortable seat. Now, maybe one day we'll do a full practice on your backs, but I want us to get up and moving soon, okay? So cross the ankles or the shin bones, get comfortable here. And then as you inhale, take the arms, reach them up and overhead. If this doesn't feel good on your shoulders to reach up, just take the arms out to the sides. Lift your heart, lift your gaze as the palms touch. Feeling yourself lengthening to both sides of your torso. So you want to get real tall here. Exhale, melt the thumbs back to the heart center. Now, take your fingertips to your shin bones. And I'm going to turn to the side for a second so this makes a little bit more sense. On your inhale, we're going to start to draw the heart forward, shoulders pull back, so you really feel like the heart is expanding and opening. As you exhale, round back into your cat, drawing the belly to the spine. We're going to tip the chin down towards the heart here. Okay, inhale, reach the heart forward, pull the shoulders back, and then exhale, round back. You're just going to keep that going. Inhale, heart reaches forward. Exhale, back. One more round. And exhale, back. All right, now on your next inhale, slide your hands to the knees. Inhale, pull the heart forward. On your exhale, I want you to take your right rib cage. We're going to start to press it out to the right, kind of like you're fanning the rib cage out. And as you exhale, round back through center. And then inhale, take your left rib cage, press it to the left, and then start to pour the heart forward. Okay, so basically you're just making these really nice, big, juicy circles. You're getting into all edges of the body here. And if it feels good to make these circles really wide, do it. If not, you can keep these circles pretty small through center, okay? You want to make sure that when you're doing this, and really anything in yoga, that your body's feeling good and supported, right? This is all meant to feel good. So if anything feels super achy or tight or the back's not feeling super great, you might not make these circles really wide, right? You might stay even just through center. Now go ahead and reverse that circle into the opposite direction. And every time you're circling to the side, you, again, want to think about fanning the rib cage out to the side. Rounding back, pulling the belly in, and then reaching the heart, pouring it forward. All right, just a couple more here. I love doing this first thing in the morning because, like I said, it gets into all edges of the body. You can make this a little less circly if you just kind of take the circles and make them smaller. After that last one, circle the heart through center. Come all the way up to a seat. and then reverse the cross of the ankles. Inhale, let's open up the arms and heart. Now on your exhale, I want you to take your right palm down to the mat. If you have a block, you can take the palm or the forearm to the block. Otherwise, see if on your next exhale, if you can put just a little bend into the elbow, sweep the top arm up and over, and just start to make this beautiful long line along the entire left side of your body. So from that hip all the way through the fingers, reach through the fingertips. And then as you exhale, maybe put even more of a bend into the elbow. You might come down to the forearm or again to your block. Make sure if you do this, your left sit bone is still grounding and that this is a feel-good stretch. If not, pop up a little bit. Okay, focus on support. Now take that top arm, take an inhale, exhale, make some circles here through the shoulder. But if the shoulder doesn't feel good today, you might just reach the hand out. You might just take the hand to the hip and let the shoulder relax. Okay, so just know throughout your entire practice, no matter what's going on within the body today, there's a way that we can modify, there's a way that we can take care of ourselves and find even different variations of poses. There's going to be days we might even just opt out of certain things if, let's say, our shoulders aren't feeling good or our backs aren't feeling good, right? I want you to do what feels good for your body today. After that last one, reach up and overhead. Reach to the fingertips, find that nice long line. And then inhale, press down to lift up. Exhale, take just the left palm down. Sweep the top arm up and over. And as you exhale, then play around with maybe putting a little bend into the elbow. If you did it on the first side, grab your block. And then just reach up and overhead. Soften both sit bones down, even that right one, just let it ground. Okay, take an inhale, reaching through the fingers, creating that nice long line within the side of the body, and then exhale, circle. Nice and gentle, just getting some mobility here in the shoulders. Finding so much space in both sides of the body here so that we can invite in some energy and just help us to find space for posture as we're just walking around during the day. Maybe just one or two more. And then after that last one, inhale, reach the top arm up and overhead again. Reach to the fingertips, find that nice long line. Inhale, press down into the bottom palm to lift up. Whew, good. Now clasp your hands behind your back. And again, I'm going to turn to the side. If you're really tight here and this is hard to do, perfect place to grab that strap. And then that way you can widen your grip. Eventually, as the shoulders open, you can maybe walk your hands closer and closer together, okay? So grab the strap or clasp your hands. Inhale, reach the hands down, open up the heart, and maybe lift the chin up just slightly. Take an inhale. Exhale, let it go, softening the shoulders down away from the ears. One more time, take a nice deep inhale, feel the heart opening. And then exhale, let it go. Soften the shoulders, bring the head back through center, release the hands. All right, grab a hold of the ankles here, take the bottoms of your feet together. And then I want you to grab your toes just to begin. Inhale, lift the heart up, and then as you exhale, start to reach the heart forward. So almost think like I'm gonna keep a flat back as you reach forward. That way we don't just curl down, but we're thinking about reaching that heart, hinging from the hip flexors, and then from there, maybe just stay there. Maybe drop the forehead downward. But I want you to take a few deep breaths here and make sure that whether you're down a little bit further towards the feet or you're upright, that you're softening through the hips with each exhale. Okay, so you want the sensation of softening in the hips, letting go within the hips, and just working on your flexibility here. Take your time. Eventually, if you feel like your hips are opening, but you want a little bit more, take the elbows, press them down to the insides of the legs, and you're just gonna, again, drop the forehead down, slide the shoulder blades down the back, and just take a few deep breaths. Next inhale, slowly rise. Exhale, we're gonna cross the ankles and come all the way up to all fours, tabletop. So as you get here, I want you to grip down through the fingertips. Okay, that's gonna help you protect your wrists. Take the knees and feet to their hip distance. Tuck the toes, and then as you exhale, you're gonna give yourself just a little rock front and back a few times. You're gonna get into the feet, into the SI joint. And you're going to really just focus on protecting the wrists by gripping into the fingertips and just noticing as you're shifting front and back, where's the weight in your hands? A lot of times it's easy just to place it into the wrists, but we want to protect the wrists, right? So keep that grip. Just keep that going. Front and back a few times. On your next inhale, come back up through center. Keep your toes tucked for that foot stretch. And then we're going to melt our way into a cow. So on your next inhale, flip the tailbone up, melt the belly, and gaze forward. You're just going to gently pull the shoulders back. On your exhale, untuck the toes, and then just round into your cat. Engage the core here. Inhale, cow. Relax the core. Stretch out the belly, flipping the tailbone up. And then exhale, round, and engage the core. Now, I want you to keep this going, cat-cows. Inhaling cow, exhaling cat, but begin to close the eyes. Feel like you're moving at the pace of your own breath. So you want to use that entire inhale to melt into your cow pose, entire exhale to round into your cat pose. And as you're really starting to tune in to the breath and the body moving together, can you remind yourself simply of your dedication? That person or that thing that you dedicated your practice to, that you are completely grateful for. Can you allow your mind to rest on that dedication here? To maybe allow it to bring a smile to the face. And to really allow that feeling of gratitude to once again just sink into the body. So that we're moving with gratitude today. We're resting in a place of gratitude. Last one, inhale cow. And then exhale cat. Inhale back to your neutral spine. All right, lengthen the tailbone back, the crown of the head forward. Now on your next exhale, I'm going to take my right shoulder and my right hip towards one another. So notice I moved from center, just kind of taking the right shoulder and right hip towards one another, imagining like they're going to touch. And then take the gaze over to the right. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale to the other side. Take the left shoulder, left hip towards one another, gaze to the left. And then inhale, center, neutral spine. Keep that going. Exhale, right hip, right shoulder towards one another. Inhale, center, and then exhale, left hip, left shoulder towards one another. Inhale, center, keep that going. Really great for the spine here. Just these little movements side to side. And then just one more round. After that last one, inhale, move back through center. Take the big toes to touch. Open up the knees to the edges of your mat. And then I want you to sink your hips back to the heels. If your shoulders are feeling great, inch the hands forward. Melt the heart and forehead down. But if the shoulders are a little sensitive today, you can stack your hands, really relaxing the shoulders, letting them go. You can even drape your arms and just allow the shoulders to hang heavily down. Okay? So do what feels good. But what I want you to feel here when you come to child's pose is that instantly you're grounded, right? This is a pose that is very, very grounding. You're going to be so aware of your breath here, how it sounds, how it feels. And then I want you to notice that with every inhale, you can lengthen from the tailbone all the way through those fingers, just kind of like you're finding some space in the spine. And then as you exhale, imagine that you're just melting again into the mat. You're letting go deeply within all the muscles. And you're just going to surrender into the mat, into this moment. Now, as you inhale and you find space through the backside of your body and through the arms, this isn't necessarily something that you can see, right? We're not going to be lengthening and then melting, lengthening and then melting. This is something that's more internal, something I want you to feel, okay? So with every inhale, we're thinking about finding space. Every exhale, we're thinking about grounding down into that newly founded space. A couple more deep breaths. Once again, letting the mind just focus here on the present by listening to the breath, reminding yourself of that dedication, and letting your mind rest on how grateful you are of that dedication. Take an inhale. Exhale, round yourself right back up to all fours. Find your tabletop. Okay, and then as you grip back down to the fingertips, if this doesn't feel good for your wrists today, feel free to make fists as well. Okay, totally fine. Now take the right foot, reach it back, tuck the toes, press through the heel. We're going to stretch out the legs a little bit before we get into down dog. So this is actually good prep for your down dog pose. And then as you grip into the fingers again, take those back toes and just start to press yourself front and back a few times. I love this one because not only are you prepping for down dog, you're stretching out the foot, the calf, you're creating some space and length in that leg. Try to keep your hips pretty level so that right hip's not popping open. You're just making sure the hips are level and square. Engage the core. Okay, and then on your next inhale, we're going to press ourselves back through center. Pick the right heel up, but keep the foot flexed. Now you want to keep that core super strong, so you're really protecting your back, you're supporting your back with your core. And then you want to keep those hips square. So one way that's really helpful is just to turn the toes simply down. And if you're not sure if your hips are square, turn your right toes out to the side. You're going to feel the hip open, right? Then exhale, turn them down, and you're going to feel the hip square off. All right. On your next inhale, take that left arm forward, okay? If it feels good. If not, keep the palms down. Gaze down to the mat, just directly down to the mat so the back of the neck is long. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, I want you to keep the length of the arm, the length of the leg. Just relax the hand, relax the foot, like they're floating there in space. Take one more inhale. Exhale, start to circle that right ankle and left wrist. So there's a sensation of strength where we're reaching forward and back, but the sensation of softness as we circle here, as we breathe. Kind of like these opposite energies working together. Take an inhale. Exhale, drop the palm, drop the shin bone down. Regrip through the fingertips, or again, maybe you're coming up to fists instead. Maybe you're just popping up to your fingertips today. Take that left foot, reach it back, tuck the toes, press through the heel. So just simply finding length here in that leg, finding space in the spine even. And then take that back foot and just start to press yourself front and back from your toes. Trying to keep your hips square even here. Connect to the core. Make sure all that weight's not going into the wrist. Those fingertips are helping you out to support the wrists. And then on your next inhale, press yourself through center. Pick the heel up, flex it, and keep the hips square. And then just for fun, go ahead and turn the left toes out to the side. Feel the hip open. Exhale, turn the toes back down. Feel the hips really square off. Core is strong. Spine is long. Gaze is directly down. Take the right hand, reach it forward. And right now you're just focusing on finding length. You're reaching forward through the right fingers, reaching back through the left leg and heel. Keep that reaching sensation, but exhale, relax the right hand, relax the left foot. Let it float there in space for a second. Take one more inhale. Exhale, begin to circle that right hand, that left ankle. Keep the core in, keep the breath flowing. Just kind of noticing again those opposite energies. There's strength here, but there's softness at the same time. Take one more inhale. Exhale, drop the palm, drop the shin bone down. All right. Now again, I'm going to have you press back into your child's pose, but wide legs. So open up the knees, sink the hips back. But this time, I want you to make a fist with one hand, bring it down, and then make a fist with your other hand. Place it on top of the front of the top of the bottom fist. So you're just stacking your fists. Okay. Drop them down. Press down through the forearms, and then just allow that forehead to melt onto the fists. Close the eyes. On your exhale, feel the shoulders melt down away from the ears. That way they're not popping up here. You're drawing them down, finding some space along the backside of the spine. And then with each exhale here, see if you can sink your hips a little bit further towards your heels. As you tune into the sound of your breath, just notice how flowy the breath is. You want this breath to be really soothing. It's okay if it's a little noisy. Great way to just connect to the present moment. And earlier we came into child's pose with the hands forward to find space. But just stacking the fists, dropping the forehead to the fist really, again, focuses the intention on this moment right here. So take just a couple more deep breaths. Remember this feeling of being grounded, a soothing breath, fully aware of your dedication, and try to take all of this with you, this feeling with you, even when we begin to flow and things might get a little bit more heated, okay? So remember this moment right here. And then begin to reach the hands forward. Inhale, rise back up to all fours, tabletop. Now, keep gripping down through the fingertips. So again, you feel like you're really protecting the wrists. We're going to take your triceps, hug them inward. So instead of letting my elbows just flail out to the sides, I'm wrapping them in. Tuck the toes, flip the tailbone up, and then press it up and back into your first down dog. Now, right away, I want you to begin to walk your dog here. So start to bend one knee and then the other, really getting into the backs of the legs. Keep wrapping the triceps in. See if you can actually slide your shoulder blades down the back, away from the ears, and just continue to walk the dog. Bending one knee, stretching out the opposite leg, and then just keep that going. Feel that you're not tensing up in the neck, so allow the crown of your head to really hang here. Okay, relax the mouth and the tongue. And then after that last one, inhale, shift forward to a plank. Stack the shoulders over the wrists. Now, if you need to modify, come to the forearms or even drop to the knees. Okay, take an inhale, pressing the mat away. As you exhale, and now I want you to come to the knees. Untuck the toes. Inch the fingertips out another inch or so. And then inhale, let the hips move forward, just like an inch. But make sure that the shoulders are still over the wrists. Press your mat away from you. Take an inhale, exhale, lower down, modified chaturanga. Squeeze the elbows back and just very slowly lower all the way down to the mat. All the way down. Take the hands, make sure that they're under the shoulders. Hug the elbows in, so you're gonna get nice and cozy here. And then just press all 10 tops of your toes into the mat, even the pinky toes. Roll the shoulders down the back. Inhale, baby cobra. Press into the palms, lift your heart just slightly. And instead of gazing forward, gaze downward, more over the tip of the nose so that you can still lengthen through the back of the neck and not strain it. Exhale, melt the heart right back down. Today, that might be as far as your back bending. If your back feels really good, keep the hands under the shoulders, keep hugging the elbows in. Shoulders roll back, inhale, traditional cobra, come up a little bit higher, but keep that little bend in your elbows. And then exhale, melt it right back down. All right, now if your back feels amazing today, we're gonna come into our up dog, but I want you to actually slide the palms back an inch or so. So now they're more by your rib cage. Same idea though, elbows hug in, shoulders roll back. Inhale, straighten the arms, maybe float your knees if that feels okay on your back, finding your down dog. Feel that you're opening the heart and you're like broadening through the shoulders. On your exhale, press it back, down dog, roll over the toes, find your way back. All right, take one long inhale here through the nose. Exhale it out of your mouth. Inhale, pop up to the tippy toes. Exhale, bend the knees, gaze forward. I want you to walk yourself all the way to the top of your mat. And when you get there, keep the feet hip distance, bend your knees, and just feel the torso drape over the legs. And better yet, you can either take your fingertips to your mat or to your block. Okay, inhale, lift up just a little bit, lengthen through the spine, all the way from the tailbone through the crown of your head. Feel like your heart is reaching, your belly is kind of being stretched out. And then from there, exhale, melt a little bit deeper over those legs. If it feels good, I want you to straighten the legs. If not, keep a bend in the knees. Let's take the hands. We're going to grab a hold of opposite elbows with opposite hands. Okay, so again, straight legs or bent knees. Do what feels good on your back and your hamstrings. Take an inhale and then exhale. Begin to slowly sway side to side. Feel your shoulders get heavy. You want the shoulders, the elbows to hang. We want no tension in that neck. Feel that as you're swaying, you're still pressing down through both feet, so you're really rooting yourself here. And then as you move back through center one more time, exhale, take the fingertips down, bend your knees. I want you to press into the feet. Okay, take the palms to the front of your shin bones, and then on your exhale, we're gonna round up slowly, but walk the hands up the legs and feel like you're just really supporting your back here as you slowly rise. Keep pressing into the feet. As you come up to stand, inhale, take the arms, reach them up and overhead. Exhale, melt the thumbs to the heart. Okay, so we're gonna start to move through a couple rounds of our sun salutes to build a little bit more energy and heat in the body. Okay, so I want you to start right here at the top of your mat, feet are hip distance, thumbs to heart. And I want you to just simply tune in. You can close your eyes if you'd like. Tune in and feel the heartbeat gently beating against the thumbs. On your next exhale, soften the shoulders down away from the ears, feeling yourself grow taller. And then really just, again, keep tuning into the breath. Remind yourself of that dedication. Maybe just the thought of your dedication today brings a smile to the face. Again, we want to rest in this feeling of gratitude, even when things get challenging, even when things get more fast-paced. So ground yourself down in gratitude here. Open the eyes. Inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead, gazing up as the palms touch. And then as you exhale, swan dive down, forward fold, either straight legs or bent knees. Inhale, halfway lift monkey. Press the palms into the shin bones. We'll reach the crown of the head forward. Another option is to actually grab your block. Sometimes that's really nice. And you can take it on the tall side. You can take it down a notch or two. Just try to keep a flat back wherever you are. So without the block, hands to shins, okay? With the block, that'll help you to kind of find flexibility as you start to eventually take the block down a notch or so. One more inhale, lengthen through that spine, and then exhale, fold. Bend the knees, plant the palms, step your feet back, plank. Option to drop to your knees. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga, all the way to the belly. Untuck the toes, roll the shoulders back. Inhale, back bend of your choice, either cobra or up dog. Exhale, meet me in your down dog. Take your time to get there. If down dog doesn't feel good today, though, you can also always come to tabletop, all fours, and modify from there, okay? Inhale, pop up to your tippy toes. Exhale, bend the knees, gaze forward. Now walk yourself all the way back up to the top of your mat again. Straight legs or bent knees, that's up to you. Inhale, halfway lift monkey, flat back. Exhale, melt it right back down. This time, I want you to bend your knees and then take the hands to your hips. Engage your core. And on your inhale, I want you to press into the feet, keep the core strong, and then lift all the way up with a flat back. So really supporting your spine again with the abs. Reach the arms up and over. Exhale, bring the thumbs back to your heart, back to your dedication. A little bit quicker this time. Inhale, sweep the arms up. You can always slow it down. Exhale, swan dive down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift monkey. Exhale, fold it down, bend the knees, plant the palms, step back to find your plank. From here, the knees, lower chaturanga. Back bend of your choice. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Take your time. Exhale, meet me back in your down dog. And then when you get here, hold it. Take an inhale through the nose. Exhale, sigh it out of the mouth. Inhale, up to your tippy toes, and bend the knees, gaze forward, walk yourself all the way back to the top of your mat. Find that forward fold. Inhale, monkey. Exhale, fold it down. Now if your back's feeling really good this time, engage the core. Inhale, reverse swan dive your arms up and overhead as you root the feet down into the mat. Exhale, thumbs to heart. All right. So we've done a lot of front and back today. I'm going to move more to the side now. So take the feet, step them back to about the center of your mat. And then I want you all to turn in one direction. So step back to the center of your mat. Everyone turn to one side, so you're facing the same side. And now you're in the middle of the mat with so much mat space on either side of you. Take the feet pretty wide, wider than your hips for sure. Take the hands to the hips. Then I want you to connect to the core. All right. Inhale, roll the shoulders up. Exhale, roll them back and down. So you feel like you're just lengthening through the back side of the body. Take an inhale, open up the arms. On your exhale, I want you to take your right foot, turn it forward. Okay, so right toes turn forward. Gaze over the right fingertips. Inhale, exhale, bend into the right knee, finding a warrior two. Okay. So while you're here, just check your right knee real quick. Make sure that the right knee, the right toes are actually facing forward and that the knee's not collapsing in, which sometimes it loves to do. So knee stacked over ankle for support. That's going to help you to protect the knee from injury. Okay, notice how your hips are feeling. Press down into both feet and then inhale, straighten the leg out. Exhale, bend back into it. Do that again. Inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale, bend back into the knee. Seeing if maybe you can go a little bit deeper. Flip the palms up. Inhale. As you straighten the leg, reach the arms up and over. If you feel balance here, as the palms touch, lift the heart, lift the head. And as you exhale, come back down, warrior two. Take the gaze over your right fingertips. Okay, so it's going to be two places to gaze. Inhale, straighten the leg, reach up, gaze up. Exhale, sink down into that warrior two, gaze over the right hand. Keep that going, little warrior flow. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, ground down. You're just kind of working the flexibility of the hips. We're finding just a little bit more heat, a little bit more flow with the breath. And you want to focus on moving with that breath so that you can move intuitively and with ease. All right, last one. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, warrior two. Hold it there. Now take that back left hand to your hip. Inhale, flip the right palm up. Exhale, reach it back, reverse warrior. Okay, and again, if this doesn't feel good on the shoulders, hands can both come to hips, okay? Otherwise, you're gonna stay there. That left hand can stay to the hip for more support, or you can even inch it down the leg. You're gonna find a little bit of a deeper side bend. Inhale, rise, warrior two. Straighten out the front leg, turn the toes forward, and then take your hands to your hips. Now I want you to take those fingertips to the front of the hips. So you feel the hip bones, the hip flexors. Okay, all 10 toes facing forward. On your inhale, lift the heart up. Now on your exhale, I want you to hinge from your hips. So take the fingertips, gently press them back, reach the heart forward. You're gonna feel this crease in your hips. That's where you wanna hinge from. Okay, and you're gonna fold it all the way down as far as it feels good, taking the fingertips to either your blocks or your mat. If you're super close to one another, you might move yourself over to the side so you have more space. Okay. Straight legs or bent knees, that's up to you here, depending on what feels good on the back and on the hamstrings today. Take the hands, if possible, reach behind the legs, and just grab a hold of the back of the legs, drawing the crown of your head down gently. Relax the neck, relax the face. Take the fingertips under your shoulders, over to your block, and then inhale, come up halfway into a wide leg monkey pose. So flat back, bend your knees, take your hands to your upper thighs, and as you engage your core, walk yourself all the way back up to stand. All right, next side. Arms open up. Exhale, left toes turn forward, or I guess technically towards the back, right? So left toes turn forward. On your next exhale, bend into that knee. Okay, and again, just check the knee, check the foot. Make sure it's in alignment, knee stacked over ankle, the knee and the foot is facing forward. Find your warrior two, notice how your hips are feeling, and then just connect to the core, draw the belly in. Inhale, straighten out the front leg. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, straighten it out. And exhale, warrior two. All right, add the arms. Flip the palms up. Inhale, straighten out the leg. Reach up, maybe gaze up. And then exhale, warrior two. Take your gaze back over the left fingertips. Inhale, gaze up. Grow tall through the sides of the body. Exhale, warrior two. Maybe get a little bit deeper into that warrior two, opening up the hips and working your flexibility. Keep it going. Eventually, you want to find that there's ease here. You're flowing with ease as you allow the body to move with your breath. It can almost feel, in a sense, wave-like also, kind of wavy, effortless. All right, last one. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, warrior two. Hold it there. Take that right back hand to the hip. Flip the left palm up. Inhale, exhale, reach it back. And again, maybe for more support, you're keeping that back hand to the hip. Maybe you're going to inch the fingertips down to the calf. Just make sure the hand's not resting on the knee. You're going to breathe into that entire left side of your body here. Even that left rib cage. Feel like you're breathing in. You're finding space. And then inhale, come back up, warrior two. Straighten out the front leg, turn the toes forward. Hands back to the hips. This time, I'm going to turn to the side, so this might make a little bit more sense, just alignment-wise. So same idea. Fingertips to the front of your hips. Inhale, grow tall. Now on your exhale, reach your heart forward. Take the fingertips. Feel like you're just very gently pressing the hip bones back. You're going to feel that crease in your hips. That's where I want you to hinge from. And then take the fingertips either to a block or a mat or your mat, and then maybe go a little bit deeper with straight legs or bent knees. So play around, see what feels good. If you're really tight, we might actually bend the knees. We might take the block under the fingertips. You might even take the hands to the upper thighs and just go halfway, right? I want you to focus on supporting the body in a way that feels good for you today. Each day is going to be different. Allow your expression to become soft. Maybe grab a hold of the backs of the legs, drawing the crown of your head down a bit more. If you feel like, gosh, I'm kind of getting a little bit closer, you can take your block and actually place it underneath the crown of your head, which is really fun. It's fun to play around with that block, just kind of work your flexibility. Now take the fingertips under the shoulders or to your block, bend your knees, come up halfway, like a wide leg monkey pose. Okay, press into the feet, walk the hands to your upper thighs, and then as you engage your core, Press down to lift up. I'm going to turn back towards you. All right, take the hands now to the hips. Bend your knees, heel toe the feet back to touch. Good. Now while you're here, I want you to take your left palm to the heart, right palm to the belly. And it's actually, let's take the feet that they're not touching. They're going to be hip distance, okay, for more balance. So left palm to heart, right palm to belly. Close the eyes. Take a nice long inhale through the nose, feeling the belly and chest rise out into the palms. And then exhale out of the nose. And start to notice the belly and chest will naturally just kind of draw back in towards the midline, towards the spine. Inhale, find that expansion. And then exhale, feel that softening, that melting in a sense, of the chest, of the belly. Keep that going. And I want you just to witness this. I don't want you to force the belly and chest to expand and force them to draw in. This is something that you're just witnessing that naturally happens within the body. Every once in a while, there's someone who has the opposite breath. So instead of every inhale, belly and chest rises, every exhale, belly and chest melts, it's the opposite for them. So if that's you, that's okay, because that does happen. But you're going to have to train yourself so that on your inhale, the belly and chest does rise. And on your exhale, the belly and chest comes in. So if you're that opposite breather, that's okay. But I want you to train yourself so that you're feeling that full expansion on your inhale and that softening as you exhale, okay? We just really want to promote clear, full breath. A couple more deep breaths, grounding down through the feet, allowing yourself to just be, and noticing if there's anything that you can let go of here. Anything that you're resisting, even if it's just maybe resisting being present. There's days where this can be challenging. So give yourself a little bit more time, a little bit more grace, and just keep listening to the breath, keep tuning in, keep grounding down. One more long inhale. Exhale, let it go. All right, let the eyes open. Now take the hands, clasp them behind you. Again, I'm going to turn to the side. Does that make sense? Clasp your hands behind you. Maybe grab your strap if you need to. Exhale, reach the hands down, open up your heart, lift the heart. Maybe lift the chin just slightly. On your exhale, see if you can soften those shoulders down an inch or so away from the ears. See, one more inhale. Exhale, bring the head back through center. Release the hands. I want you all to turn back to the top of your mat. So how we began, turn back to the top. Bend the knees, and we're going to sink our way all the way down to our sit bones, and we're going to come all the way down to our backs. So grab a hold of the shins or the thighs, roll down, and then as you hug the knees into the heart, start to rock side to side a few times. Allow the head to sway so that you can really loosen up the neck, keep it relaxed. And then inhale, come back through center, drop the feet down. You want the heels to be hip distance, and we're going to draw the heels in pretty close to the sit bones. They're going to be like an inch or so away. Take the palms, press them down into the mat right by your hips. Now as you press into the feet, lengthen from that tailbone all the way through the crown of your head. And then exhale, soften down again. Take another inhale. Exhale, feel the entire upper back become heavy. Let it really melt and ground. Then from there, I want you to press into the palms and fingers. Press mostly into the feet, and then inhale, lift your hips up into your bridge. Now, if it doesn't feel good on your back, you can literally just lift the hips up slightly, maybe an inch or so above the mat, or if your back is just done today, you can completely rest it the entire time, okay? Otherwise, we're lifting the hips up into our bridge, we're pressing into the feet, and then while you're here, I want you to feel that you're really supporting yourself by pressing into the feet, and then slightly engage your quads. So that's going to help you to protect your lower back a bit more. That chin is just going to be tucked slightly and naturally. Don't try to tuck it. Just notice how it's just going to naturally tuck towards the chest, but we're not digging the chin in at all. Exhale, slowly roll down the back one vertebra at a time, nice and slow. Tailbone comes down last. And then on your next inhale, press back down through the feet, through the palms, lift the hips right back up. Bridge, and then exhale, lower down. Close the eyes. And just like that warrior flow that we did, I want you to find this bridge flow now linked with your breath. So every inhale, use that entire inhale to lift the hips up. Support yourself, and then exhale, slowly roll down one vertebra at a time. Take your time. Keep it going. Inhale, lift. Exhale, melt. After that last one, melt the tailbone all the way down. I want you to slide the arms out to the sides, flip the palms up, and then heel toe the feet to the edges of your mat again. If it feels good, just slide the feet forward like an inch or so you have a little bit more space. Wiggle around so you feel like your back's not scrunched up, but you're really long in the spine. Take one more inhale, and then exhale, begin to windshield wiper your knees again, side to side, just how we began today. Now we're starting to wind down and ease back into it. Let the head begin to sway, and let the eyes gently close. Just a couple more rounds. After that last one, return the knees back through center. Heel toe the feet in so they're hip distance. Okay, and then if it feels good, we're gonna straighten out one leg and then the other. Otherwise, keep the knees bent or just keep at least one knee bent. Okay, we're gonna move right into Shavasana today. So start to widen your feet, a little bit wider than your hips again. Let the toes fall open to the sides. And then from here, we're gonna take the right palm and the left palm to either side of the belly. So once again, we can kind of tune into that breath, tune into the body. And I want you to notice with the eyes closed here first, if you could just soften within the face, especially the forehead and brow, and let it become nice and smooth, free from any fears or worries or thoughts. And then to loosen the jaw a bit more, stretch out your mouth. And it might sound silly, but stick out your tongue for a second. And then from there, relax the jaw, relax the tongue. That's something good to practice a couple times throughout the day. If you're someone who grinds their teeth at night or holds tension in their jaw, clenches the teeth throughout the day, just practice relaxing this jaw, stretching out the mouth. Now on your next inhale, once again, I want you to feel the belly and the chest rise up. As you exhale, belly and chest melts down, connecting back to that full breath. With every inhale, feel that expansion of the body as you breathe in brand new air, new energy. And then as you exhale, I want you to have this feeling almost like a sigh of relief, that when you sigh a sigh of relief, the whole body relaxes, your mind relaxes, you kind of find this ease. That's what I want you to feel as you exhale, okay? So inhale, fill up the belly, fill up the lungs. And then exhale, feel the entire body softening, let go, ground down. And you want to feel that with each exhale, okay? Each exhale, you're letting go more and more, finding more and more comfort and softness, more presence. And as the body is starting to soften and we start to really allow ourselves to ease into the present moment, if the mind has completely forgotten about your dedication, that's okay. Just come back to it. Come back to allowing the mind to just rest on this person or this thing that you dedicated your practice to, that you are so completely grateful for. And allow not just the thought of this person or this thing to really sink in, but allow the feeling of gratitude for this dedication to sink in. Allowing that sensation of gratitude to really sink into every inch of the body. Okay, you're going to be here for just about another minute or so, grounding down, tuning in, and allowing our minds to dwell on something really good, which today it's gratitude. It's something a little bit more specific, right? Since you made this dedication at the beginning of your practice. So let your mind dwell on this really good dedication. The real gift of gratitude is that the more grateful you are, the more present you become. Let gratitude sink in until you are resting in the feeling of gratitude. Take one more long inhale there in your back. And then as you exhale, let it go. On your next inhale, let's open up the arms back to the sides and just start to wiggle the fingertips and toes nice and slowly. Exhale, begin to circle the wrists and ankles, just slowly but surely reawakening the body. Inhale, take the arms, stretch them up and overhead. Reach through the fingertips, point through the toes. And then as you exhale, hug the knees into the heart. One more time, just start to rock yourself side to side as you drape the arms around those legs. I think you're just giving yourself a nice big cozy hug here. On your next exhale, rock yourself all the way over to your right side. And then take your time, press the palms into the mat, walk yourself up to a comfortable seat, maybe grabbing your block on the lowest setting and placing it under the seat to help elevate your hips. So if you're tight or your back needs more support, blocks are great. Now take the palms to touch, bring the thumbs back to the heart, and allow the eyes to close one more time. On your inhale, get tall through the spine, and then as you exhale, sink downward, just melting the sit bones into the mat, allowing the entire body to let go of tension. And then at the thought of your dedication, one more time, let your mind really dwell on your dedication. At the thought of this person or this thing, can you allow it to bring a smile to the face? Can you allow it to bring more lightness and love and gratitude into your heart? And can we seal all of this here today within our heart space? With that thought, let the eyes gently flutter open, sweep the arms up and overhead, lift your heart, lift your gaze as the palms touch. And then as you exhale, slowly melt the thumbs back to your heart center, grounding yourself down with an open heart, an open mind. Namaste. Thank you everyone so much for joining me this morning. I hope you guys feel really good. I hope you feel relaxed. And if you have any questions at all, please feel free to reach out. You can reach me. You can reach Shannon over at FireFlex or your captain. And feel free to ask questions. Let me know what you're connecting with, if there's something you want more of, because these classes are all about you, right? So we always like feedback and wanting to know what you guys want more of, since every single shift is a little bit different. All right, but I hope you guys feel great. Again, if I haven't met you in person, my name is Devann, and I will see you all for our next session. Thank you guys. Have a great morning.